Hi, I'm Romy. I am a PhD candidate at the University of Washington Bio Department. Right, so when I joined UW, I felt like my life was split in two. On one side, being a queer and trans immigrant and person of color, I've always seen others at this intersection of identities as a part of my chosen family. For queer performers like drag performers, performance spaces are not just about makeup, they are about survival. Around 40% of homeless youth today identify as queer and or trans, and around 35% of Latina and Black transfeminine people in our community participate in sex work, many of them acknowledging that they have used sex work as a means to find somewhere to sleep. So I understand these spaces as how we find community, and finding community is so important to our survival because traditionally we have taken care of each other and that's how we've survived. So on the other side, being in academia, I always understood that those issues my community face, they're taboo to talk about, and that I'd probably not find my community within the UW Bio program. And I'm working to change that. Since being here at UW, my advisor and the members of my lab have been super understanding of my need to engage in drag activism and efforts that promote the inclusion of communities that have been historically excluded from academia. Their support has been super impactful. In 2018, my advisor encouraged me and we applied together for the HHMI Gilliam Fellowship, and in 2019, we were one of 2 pairs on campus that were awarded this fellowship. Through that fellowship, we've been able to fund a lot of DEI efforts that we've come up with. I've been able to take leadership training through Simmer, and I've also found people at my intersections of identities that are also in science, that are also doing DEI work. And so that has been really important for me to find my place in academia. Right, so when COVID hit, a lot of gay clubs, well, all clubs closed, and a lot of people lost their jobs. And so, of course, the queer community, especially the Black queer community, was in need of support. And so Black activists and queer performers from the Seattle community came together to form the Engage team, which I joined in the summertime. This team allowed me to practice a different form of leadership that I learned through the Gilliam, which is one in which I decenter myself. In the Engage team, Black leadership would guide what actions we would take as a group. And then this way, we would make sure that our actions were in solidarity with what the Black community needed. Together, we organized food and supply drives for the homeless. We also organized Black Joy Festivals, where we gave people the opportunity for socially distant, outdoor support of Black vendors. And we would also hire Black performers from our community, from the ballroom scene and from the drag scene, to perform, and so that they could get gigs and tips and also be celebrated. That whole effort has been really important for me in learning to be a better leader. And so now within academia, I have been using my fellowship funds to bring Black and brown early career scientists in my field to speak about their science, as well as to talk to grads and postdocs about resilience and survival in academia, their teaching techniques, and their leadership in DEI efforts. Right now, I've invited 4 speakers to come to the bio department, and I'm currently working on expanding the series to multiple departments, hopefully getting grads and postdocs from those departments the mentorship they need from these people, and at the same time getting these speakers potential UW collaborations and maybe even faculty positions. So these experiences have all shown me many things, but one of the most important things is that I have to continue to show up as my full self. I'm continuing to bring drag and science together through a number of projects where I'm celebrating my kind of existence in both spaces. And I'm also using this drag to work in a number of efforts, both at conferences and also through my Sensitive Roots project, dedicated to teaching mentors in academia the nuances of mentoring queer and trans scientists of color. So bringing my communities together, it's always going to be risky, but it's a risk that's, I think, is well worth it. If I get to see the amazing people from my community both thrive and also participate in science. So with that, I want to say thank you for your time. Bye.